Our next focus is to get rid of this fellow over here. So for that, we're going to use the patch tool. Now it lives in the same tile as the spot healing brush and the regular healing brush. Lives there, looks like a patch. Before we do anything, we need to change some settings. You can be aware of that things are going to change dramatically here. We'll change from normal to content aware. And we'll change the adaptation from medium to very strict. Okay, now this tool as it stands right now is going to behave very much like the lasso tool. So really we just need to put some marching ants on this guy. It doesn't have to be that precise, but it should be fairly close. Now the way the patch tool starts out is, honestly, I mean, we could have just used the lasso tool or another tool to make this look right, and that looks very good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is click on him. Sorry, one more second. There we go. Click on him and move his picture around like this. Okay, so basically we're taking something nearby and filling it in. Now the trouble is we're trying to patch kind of an area, and it's not quite matching. There's kind of a road back there, and there's some bricks in the foreground that we're trying to match. So this is a bit of a tricky kind of a thing. So what I want to do, I try to match the road. Boy, you know, it's a close call. I'm going to go with the road. And leave it like that. And it does a job of trying to blend things in. Sorry, that's my trackpad trying to help me. Okay, so it did a pretty good job of blending things in. I'm going to deselect my marching ant so you can see what happened there. You can kind of see that there's a kid-shaped hole there. But we can move things around still. So we'll go back to the clone stamp tool, which is this guy here, and make sure that our settings are going to work for us this time. Let's see, 60 pixels. So we'll crank this up to 60. And the hardness value should be 30% also. Okay, so now let's borrow, because here's the problem with using any clone stamp tool or any sort of thing like we just did here with the patch tool, is that you see duplicates. It's like this white mark here and this white mark here, these white marks as well as the black mark there. So now it's up to us to kind of blend things in. So let's see if we can't do this. I'm going to sample a few times from here and there. So how about, well, let's zoom in a little bit too. Okay. So let's maybe borrow from this area here and kind of cover this section. And let's see. Maybe we'll take some of these things and kind of cover up this section. And maybe take something from this section here and kind of going over. I need a smaller brush there. Kind of going over this section, kind of taking this stuff out there. And let's maybe borrow from this line here and take this like this. Let's see how that looks. Not bad. We might try to, I'm winging this a little bit here, because we can try to blend this in a little bit. Okay, not that you notice. It does seem like there's a strong line back over here. Let's see if we can borrow some of this lighter brown. Work with a big soft edge. Oh, you know what? It's too close to the edge of the document, because you can see in my brush there that there's an edge, which is bad. So let's maybe take something from here and soften that out here. That left a nasty line there. Let's try that again. Lots of trial and error with this kind of tool. Okay, that kind of eased that pain. All right. Now let's borrow from this guy over here. So we want to take it from here over to there. Let's maybe take it from about here, right about there, and then align this. And I'm going to do many clicks here because otherwise it can get in the way. Let's also borrow from this line. Again, I like to do multiple clicks. If you don't do multiple clicks, you'll find out in a hurry how bad things can happen. Okay, so that's okay. If I look at this from the big look here, the alignment is off just a little bit, but you kind of expect that from old bridges. How does that building look back there? Let's zoom in a little bit. It's not bad. Why don't we, just for giggles, borrow from this section. I'm going to make my brush a little bit smaller again. And borrow from about there. And see what the big brush looks like. There we go. And try to align this. And maybe we'll do a little bit more there. How does that look? I'm okay with that.